A 73-year-old woman living in Pennsylvania logged into her bank account on the morning of July 2nd, spotted her Social Security deposit resting right where it normally appears, and attempted to settle her pharmacy bill. The transaction was rejected. The funds were sitting in the account. She could view them on her screen, yet she was unable to access a single dollar. No warning phone call had come through. No letter had shown up in her mailbox. She had done nothing improper, and the explanation for why her own funds were locked away from her connects directly to a regulatory change that became active this year that millions of older Americans have never been informed about. If Social Security or SSI payments come to you, this same thing can happen to you in July, and I need the next several minutes to walk you through exactly how to ensure it does not. Right now, in July 2026, 3 particular financial changes are unfolding that directly impact your monthly deposit, your access to your own funds, and the safeguards around your retirement savings. And the majority of seniors I hear from have either missed all 3 entirely or have heard something about them without grasping the one specific step required to actually remain protected. I am not discussing things that might become relevant down the road. I am discussing actual scenarios with actual dollar figures that are either shielding you at this moment or leaving you vulnerable because a single phone call was never made or one number was never verified. My name is Thomas Merritt. For more than 10 years, I have researched retirement benefits, senior tax programs, and the financial regulations that touch the lives of seniors each and every year. And right now, in July 2026, the combination of these 3 shifts for the wrong household can drain thousands of dollars or weeks of locked access. For the prepared household, none of it reaches you at all. The dividing line is information acted upon before trouble shows up. Now, before we dive in, I want to ask you something straight up. Have you subscribed to this channel yet? If not, tap that subscribe button right now and switch on the notification bell. Here is why that matters specifically to you. Social Security regulations, Medicare regulations, and banking laws impacting seniors shift constantly, and when they shift, nobody mails you a notice spelling out what it means for your situation or what steps you need to take. This channel breaks down every single change in everyday language the moment it happens. If you are not subscribed, the next update that could safeguard real dollars in your account will slip past you without you ever knowing it occurred. Subscribe now and let us dig into these 3 changes together. Here is what we are covering today. Change 1 concerns a new federal hold regulation that became active in January and is now in force for your July payment. It can trap your deposit behind a freeze you never triggered, and there is one free phone call that makes you almost impossible to freeze. Change 2 involves your July payment schedule and a particular wrinkle in this month's timing that is being exploited as cover for the fastest expanding scam aimed at seniors right now. Change 3 is the one that matters most specifically in July. It concerns a verification window that ensnares seniors who recently switched banks and the precise 5-minute check that shuts it. 3 changes, 3 actions. Let us begin with the rule that can lock up your own money. In January 2026, federal regulators officially adopted what is being labeled the speed bump rule, tied to FINRA Rule 2166 proposals. Put simply, this regulation gives your bank the legal authority to apply a hold of up to 15 business days on a transaction or a deposit when their automated system suspects an older customer is being financially exploited. Prior to this regulation, banks had restricted power to halt your funds. Now they have documented federal backing to do precisely that, and they are exercising it. Let me be straight with you. The intent behind this regulation is entirely legitimate. Seniors lose over $3.5 billion annually to financial criminals. This regulation was drafted to shield the grandmother sending her savings to a romance scammer, the retiree handing over banking details to a counterfeit grandson in jail. That problem is genuine. But here is the gap nobody warned you about. The bank is not reviewing your account with a human being carefully examining your life. They constructed an automated system, in many instances now artificial intelligence, that tracks your spending, learns your habits, and flags anything that breaks the pattern. That system cannot distinguish between a scam and your ordinary life. And when it gets it wrong, which happens routinely, you are the one shut out of your own savings. Now here is the figure that should stop you in your tracks. The hold window stretches up to 15 business days, not calendar days, business days. Weekends are not counted. Federal holidays are not counted. A freeze that starts on the Thursday before a holiday weekend can extend into 4 full calendar weeks. 4 weeks of deposits coming in that you cannot reach. 4 weeks of bills falling due. 4 weeks of prescriptions waiting. And the piece that frustrates folks most, once they are caught inside a freeze, is that the teller cannot release it. The customer service line cannot release it. And in most cases, even the branch manager cannot release it. The hold was applied by a separate internal compliance department that customers are not allowed to reach directly. You are not given a number to dial. You wait. So, what sets it off? Your July deposit can get flagged the instant it arrives if your account has recently shifted in a manner the system views as unusual. A recently modified direct deposit, a new joint owner or authorized user, a period of dormancy followed by sudden activity, a withdrawal that breaks your normal pattern. None of these signal anything is wrong. All of them can freeze your money. Here is what shields you, and the first one is free and takes 5 minutes. Phone your bank today, not this weekend, today, and add a trusted contact to your account. A trusted contact is one individual, a son, a daughter, a close friend, whose name and phone number you provide the bank ahead of time. It is not a joint owner. They cannot tap your money, view your balance, or make any decision about your account. Here is why it changes everything. When the system flags your account and is about to apply a 15-day freeze, the trusted contact offers the bank another option. Rather than locking everything down, they make a single phone call. Your daughter says, "Yes, Mom is fine. That withdrawal was on purpose." The freeze never occurs. You never realize it nearly did. Use these exact words with your bank. "I would like to add a trusted contact to my account. Can you walk me through the process?" 5 minutes. Finished. This is the single most powerful account safeguard available to seniors in 2026, and the vast majority have never set it up because nobody told them it existed. The second safeguard is a phrase most seniors have never come across. Ask your branch manager about a benefits protection designation. This is a flag you can request on your own account that signals to the bank's automated system that your account receives federal benefit payments and that any hold on an incoming federal deposit should be escalated immediately to a human reviewer instead of sitting in an automated queue for 2 weeks. Use these exact words with the manager. "I receive Social Security benefits by direct deposit, and I want to ensure that any hold on an incoming federal benefit payment is reviewed by a person within 24 hours. A branch manager can arrange this in a single visit, and it can produce an enormous difference if something goes sideways in July. And one additional federal protection I want you aware of while we are on this topic. Under federal law, banks are obligated to safeguard the equivalent of 2 months of your directly deposited Social Security or SSI benefits from any creditor freeze or garnishment order. If a creditor ever applies a levy against your account, your most recent 2 months of benefit deposits are legally shielded and must remain accessible to you. If that scenario ever unfolds, ask the bank specifically about the 2-month federal benefit look-back protection. Be aware this rule exists before you ever need it. Change 2 is the one that is actively draining money from seniors today. And before I lay it out, I want to give you the precise July payment dates because knowing when your check is supposed to land is the foundation underneath everything else. If SSI is what you receive, your regular July payment lands July 1st. If you collect both Social Security and SSI, your Social Security payment lands July 2nd. If you receive Social Security alone and were born between the 1st and the 10th of any month, your payment lands July 8th. Born between the 11th and the 20th, July 15th. Born between the 21st and the 31st, July 22nd. Jot down your specific date right now and create a recurring calendar reminder. Know the date before it shows up, not after it has slipped by. And here is something particular to July 2026 that most seniors do not realize. SSI recipients will collect 2 payments this month, your regular July 1st payment and an early August payment on July 31st, because August 1st falls on a Saturday and there is no separate SSI payment in August. 2 deposits in July is correct. Do not panic, but do not spend that July 31st deposit assuming it is bonus money. It is your August benefit landing early. Now, here is why knowing your exact date matters more than it appears, and it has nothing to do with the SSA at all. The window between when a payment is expected and when it has yet to land is the precise moment scammers target most intentionally. They know when Social Security payment dates fall. They time their calls to hit during that window specifically. A senior who is already nervous about a payment that has not appeared is far more likely to engage with a caller offering a fix than a senior simply going about their day. The caller does not need to convince you of much. The anxiety is already present. They have just positioned themselves as the answer to a problem you are already feeling. On February 20th of 2026, the SSA Office of the Inspector General released a formal public alert about a sharp documented rise in government imposter scams specifically aimed at Social Security recipients. The federal agency that runs your benefits felt it was necessary to raise a public alarm because the volume had escalated severely enough to require it. Here is exactly how the scam plays out. You check your account. The money has not landed or you cannot access it. You are worried. Then a call comes through. The caller identifies themselves as a representative of the SSA, the Treasury, or a federal payment office. They explain that owing to the 2026 electronic payment transition, your account information needs reconfirmation to guarantee uninterrupted payment. They have your name. Sometimes they have the last 4 digits of your account. They sound official. They sound urgent. Then they request your full routing number, your full account number, or a one-time verification code that was just sent to your phone. The instant any of those is handed over, the caller can reroute your next payment to an account they control. And under the new electronic system, account modifications can process in as little as 1 business day. The SSA documented a particular 4-part sequence that every variation of this scam follows. They call it the 4 Ps. Pretend. The caller pretends to come from a federal agency, often with a spoofed caller ID displaying a real government number. Problem. They present an urgent problem, a flagged account, a suspended payment, an unverified enrollment. Pressure. They impose a deadline, usually 24 to 48 hours, designed specifically to keep you from slowing down and checking with family. Payment. They demand your routing number, account number, Social Security number, or a verification code. Pretend, problem, pressure, payment. If you find yourself in a conversation that follows that arc, you are not talking to anyone from the government. End the call. Here is the rule. write it down. A legitimate federal agency reaches out to you about account verification by mail, not by phone, not by text, not by email. The SSA, the Treasury, and every federal disbursement office adhere to the same protocol. They do not place outbound calls to request you confirm banking information. That direction flows one way only. You contact them. They do not contact you. One sentence is all you need. I do not confirm account information over inbound calls. Then hang up and report the contact to the SSA fraud hotline at 1-800-269-0271 and to the FTC at ftc.gov. And here is the most effective step in this entire section, the one most seniors have not done. Create or sign into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov this week before any trouble shows up. When you have an active account, the SSA sends you a direct alert anytime anyone attempts to modify your address or your direct deposit information. If a scammer gets hold of your number and tries to reroute your July payment, you get a notification right away while there is still time to halt it. And here is the piece that locks the door for good. If you do not have an account, a scammer who acquires your information can potentially create one in your name and reroute your benefits before you ever notice. Creating the account yourself means the scammer cannot create one for you. It takes roughly 15 minutes. You need your Social Security number, an email address, and a phone number for verification. If it feels intimidating, ask a trusted family member to sit with you for one afternoon and finish it together. Change 3 is the one that matters most specifically right now in July, and it is the one the woman in Pennsylvania from the opening of this video actually walked into. And before I explain it, I want to speak to you directly. The fact that you are still here tells me something. Most people see a title like this, click, watch 2 minutes, and click away. You remained. That tells me you are serious about safeguarding what you earned, and you understand that knowing this is the difference between your money being reachable and your money being locked. So if you have not subscribed yet, do it right now. Hit that button and turn on the bell, because what I am covering in Change 3 is the exact kind of thing most seniors discover only after it has already cost them. Here is the situation. If you switch to direct deposit at any point in the previous 2 to 3 years, your enrollment may not be current right now, even though your payments have been showing up. Here is the reason. Bank mergers, closed accounts, updated routing numbers, and account changes all generate a broken link between your SSA enrollment record and your actual current banking information. Your payments kept showing up because the link still held, but the moment that link breaks, the next payment has nowhere to land, and you will not get a warning. You will not get a letter. You will simply check your account on payment day and discover nothing there. And there is a second layer to this that is unique to July. Your SSA record and your bank account record must now align exactly, not approximately exactly. Your name as printed on your Social Security card must be identical to the name on your bank account. Your address on file with the SSA must match your bank's current records. Your routing number must be confirmed and current on the SSA side. Under the new monitoring environment, any one of these 3 items being out of sync can cause your July payment to be flagged the moment it lands. The money arrives in your account, the bank receives it, and you cannot access a dollar of it while the automated system holds it for review. That is precisely what occurred in Pennsylvania. The deposit was visible. It was frozen behind a mismatch she did not realize existed. This happens to seniors who relocated recently and updated their bank, but forgot to update the SSA. It happens to seniors whose name reads differently on their Social Security card than on their bank account, following a marriage or a name change years back. It happens to seniors whose routing number shifted when their bank was bought, and the new number was never updated with the SSA. Here is how to shut this window, and it takes roughly 5 minutes. Sign in to your My Social Security account at ssa.gov and head to the payment settings. Verify the routing number and account number currently on file match your active current account exactly, not an account you held 2 years back, not an account from a bank that was bought out, the account that is open and active today. If you do not have an online account, phone the SSA at 1-800-772-1213 and ask the representative to read back the routing number and the last 4 digits of the account number currently on file. Compare that against your current account documentation. If anything fails to match, fix it during that same call. Then phone your bank and confirm the same 3 details: your exact name, your current address, and your routing number on their side. Both checks, SSA side and bank side. One without the other is not sufficient. Do not skip this just because your last few payments landed correctly. That is exactly the assumption that leaves a senior staring at a frozen or missing payment with no grasp of why. And here is the protocol if your July payment date arrives and nothing has posted. Wait 3 full business days before taking any action. Most delays in the electronic system, posting delays at your bank, processing timing, minor schedule shifts, work themselves out within that window on their own. Acting inside that 3-day window, accepting callbacks from unknown numbers, sharing information with anyone who reaches out offering help, is exactly when and how the fraud catches you. The scammer calls on Wednesday because your payment did not appear Wednesday morning. The anxiety is genuine. The caller sounds like a fix. Wait the 3 business days, then phone your bank directly using the number on the back of your card and ask if a payment is pending. If your bank confirms nothing landed after 3 business days, phone the SSA at 1-800-772-1213 using the number you locate yourself at ssa.gov. Never a number a caller supplied you. They will trace the payment and start recovery. Let me pull everything together right now in the simplest way I can, because everything we covered today, the freeze rule, the scam window, the record mismatch, boils down to a handful of specific actions. And I want you to complete all of them before this week wraps up. Number 1, phone your bank today and do 2 things. Add a trusted contact, 1 name and 1 phone number of someone who can verify you are fine when a transaction is flagged. Then ask the branch manager to add a benefits protection designation so any hold on an incoming federal deposit is escalated to a human within 24 hours. Both are free, both take 1 visit or 1 call. Number 2, jot down your exact July payment date, SSI, July 1st. Both Social Security and SSI, July 2nd. Born 1st through 10th, July 8th. Born 11th through 20th, July 15th. Born 21st through 31st, July 22nd. Establish a calendar reminder and memorize the 3 business day rule. If your payment has not landed by your date, wait 3 full business days before acting and never reply to an inbound call about your payment. You contact them, they do not contact you. Number 3, sign in to ssa.gov this week and confirm the routing number and account number on file match your active account exactly. If you switched banks, closed an account, or had a routing number changed in the previous 2 to 3 years, repair it today before the mismatch produces a frozen or missing payment. And while you are there, if you do not already hold a My Social Security account, create one. It alerts you instantly if anyone attempts to reroute your benefits, and it shuts the door on a scammer, creating one in your name. 3 actions, roughly 30 minutes total. That is all it requires to walk into July shielded on all 3 fronts rather than exposed. I want to wrap up by saying something directly to you because I believe it matters. Every one of these three changes demands you take an action. The freeze rule shields criminals' victims automatically, but it only shields you from a wrongful hold if you arrange the trusted contact first. The scam alerts only get to you if you have the account created. The record mismatch only gets caught before it costs you if you verify it before the payment lands. None of these benefits sends you a notification when you are exposed. None of them phones you. None of them flags your account and informs you of what you are missing. The system waits. And the seniors who remain shielded are not the ones with the most complicated finances. They are the ones who knew which few items to check and checked them before the window closed. You watched this whole video. You already know what most seniors do not. Now take the next step this week. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you have not already. Every month there are shifts to Social Security, Medicare, and banking regulations that directly impact your income. And this channel breaks down every single one in everyday language before the deadline passes. The next change could be the most critical one for your specific situation, and you want to be here when it occurs. And before you close this video, share it with one person in your life who is collecting Social Security or on Medicare, a parent, a sibling, a neighbor, somebody from your church or your community. One share from you might be the thing that keeps their July payment exactly where it belongs, in their account, reachable the moment they need it. The bank is not going to call them and walk them through any of this. You might be the only person who does. I will see you in the next one.